What's up, everybody out there at YouTube land? Wrath2501 here. Alright, guys, so, time for the Warhammer. I don't give a shit what anybody says. To me, this is Warhammer, okay? This is Kitten and Big D's primer on the supernatural and local folklore. This is Hunter the Parroting audio logs, alright? This is by Brother Alpha Busa. And he's had to do this since GW has been a complete dickhead to anybody who's been making any kind of Warhammer content. Alright, but I still support the man Brother Alpha Busa. This is Warhammer to me. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Alright, so there we go. Because it's got D, it's got Kitten, it's got Magnus, it's got Lord Adornable, it's got Boy, for crying out loud. This is Warhammer. Alright. Alright, this is a long one, so I'm going to divide this into two parts. So the rest of it will be coming up next week. Alright, because this is a long, like 45-minute video. Alright, so let's get started here. Alright, and go. Yeah, Hunter the Parroting. I remember a game I played, I wonder if this is related, it was called Hunter the Reckoning Wayward. It was for the PlayStation 2. Wait, is it humming the cock sound? What the fuck? Oh, this is kind of like
what a beautiful morning.
Oh,
Who the fuck is in my kitchen? Son-in-law!
Good morning, City. Good morning, Soul.
Sword what?
the sword?
This
Oh.
old thing.
Yeah.
I thought you were the landlord.
I own this house. We don't have a landlord.
Oh, so that makes you the landlord, parasite. Well, in either case, good morning, mighty almost child.
Mighty almost child.
I have a request.
Oh, God.
Put the sword away and I can see what I can do.
Capital. Consider it done. Ah, son-in-law, my body yearns for my special omelet.
Pause.
Can you make it for me?
Sure. Do you have a recipe?
I'll command the instructions to enter the brain with my powerful voice.
Yeah, alright, just need to mix boy's egg milk. Oh, shit! Do we have any jam left?
This is almost done like a comic strip.
I'll have to go get more when I next go grocery snatching.
God, Mark
Snatching.
is eat his porridge without jam.
Oh, what a child! He wants his porridge, but only with jam. He'll eat the beans, but not the sprouts. He wants his leek soup, but with absolutely no Marmite!
Such a baby.
He is literally a baby! My baby!
Marmite
Precious
is
little
terrible.
Small child, my God, he is so small and adorable!
Marmite, why does nobody like you?
Small, perfect child! Ah,
Contented
He's
sigh.
not gonna eat this porridge.
absolutely not. But he'll gobble up Brancaster muscles like it's his goddamn birthright.
True.
Norfolk has corrupted my son. He would never eat marine mush before a return to these accursed reaches. Does he even know what happens in the ocean? I don't.
Everything happens in the ocean.
Put the mussels on his porridge.
I'm sorry, what did you want for your omelette?
All right, so take the D eggs and whisk them in a bowl.
D eggs?
Duck eggs.
Duck
Does the
eggs.
D in Big D stand for the duck?
I will remind you that I own illegal firearms.
Right, sorry.
And don't forget the milk.
I will
course,
remind you that I own illegal firearms.
Wait, there's no milk, I think.
No, it's in the bag.
What?
Who the hell?
Oh. Isn't this unpasteurized?
Louis Pasteur was a fascist in line with the New World Order.
Incomprehensible.
I am turning the newspaper page.
He's not holding a newspaper, though.
You know, after living on the road for 10 years, I could imagine settling down in Norfolk must have felt quite cramped.
Cramped? No. The earth beneath us thrusts to the planet's heart, dear boy. Its
What?
air and heaven stretch past our reckoning, windows to a fathomless beyond.
Oh. Not the answer I expected.
Beautiful child. Even in the smallest of places, entire worlds may exist. If not in one's surroundings, then behind another's eye. It is only cramped if you lack vision.
Wow.
Wow.
That's pretty damn profound. Holy shit. I'm waiting for the other shoe to
Deep as
drop.
the ooze water at Yarmouth's Pirates Cove Adventure Golf Course. These are the thoughts skimmed from the froth of my incredible mind, son. If there were any justice in this world, they would be foundational philosophies by now. Nevertheless, I
think
will
they
begin
are.
construction of the omelette sauce.
Well, wait, can't I do that?
I just do not trust you with this. Focus on the omelette.
Oh.
Put in those carbon rods, the ones on the second drawer to the right.
Yeah, I was wondering what we were going to do with those.
Carbon rods, what the hell?
Water in Pirates Cove. It always looked so artificial. Like someone had an idea of what water looked like and tried to make it from scratch, but stopped at the color blue, only got halfway there.
Oh, really? Ever looked into it?
The water?
Yes.
Well, as you said, it's all grotty and blue.
No, boy, the story behind the water.
Wait, what?
Not particularly. And I don't think they'd tell anyone if they, did have a story.
Loose lips sink ships on Pirates Cove, eh?
That's true.
It could be the work of various different creatures.
Creatures? Oh, when you say that, do you actually just mean the club head or the grounds?
They qualify.
Well,
Groundkeeper! What
Well-
silent, macabre horrors you have in this nation.
Okay, so
We shall hunt them down!
the Norfolk County Golf Union might find that device.
Oh, God.
Oh, child! There is not a golfer alive I cannot kill! Oh, pour some
That
sulfur
is
in
not
there to get
inaccurate.
a tang going.
How's your omelette sauce coming?
Oh, it's a simple thing. 1 tablespoon tomato paste, 1 tablespoon honey, water, sauerkraut, ketchup, tonkatsu, a bit of RBMK reactor core graphite to taste.
What?
Wait,
ketchup.
what?
That's a bit off, isn't it?
No! Oh, that reminds me. I heard about your little story. The one about the fiddler and the monk.
Did you?
I did. Thoroughly charming. Tell me, though, are there any similar stories surrounding Great Yarmouth? Or, hell, anywhere around Old East Anglia, as the natives call it?
Oh, of course! It's a whole bloody legendarium. Anything in particular that strikes your fancy?
My mind can devour all in this world. Spectres, witches, werewolves, giraffes. I want it all.
Giraffes.
Oh, they got giraffes at Africa Alive Safari.
What?
Let me have a think.
I
Let me have
shall
a think.
drink caffeine.
All right,
Dude, the last
I've got a
thing
good one
he
to
needs
start
is caffeine.
For the ghost side of things, one of my favorites is the bizarre tale of the Haysborough torso.
Oh, that sounds absolutely inane! Continue.
Okay, so over on the east coast, almost at the border between Great Yarmouth and North Norfolk, there's this little village called Haysborough, right?
How's that spelled?
Haysburgh.
Your
Damn.
people's rejection of your own language is inspiring.
If I'm being as it's true.
I'll kill the
I'm being
But
as it's
yes,
true.
I am aware of that wretch's hamlet. We lived in the caravan park for a month before this fucking ham of a man banned us from the public bathrooms. Can you believe it?
Why did he do that?
I do not wish
God.
to get into it.
Yeah, I
divorced
wouldn't
the week
ask.
prior, and it was fucked. It is time for the race.
Right.
This omelette has rice?
Fear not, 'tis my burden. You can go ahead and shred in some cheese and chlorine, please. Both are beneath us.
Ah,
Chlorine.
okay. So, the torso. A little south of Haysborough, about half a mile from that caravan park, there's an intersection between 3 roads.
Okay.
In the midst lies a small, grassy triangle, quaint in its size, with not much to offer.
I immediately assume that it is a spectre, vampire, or gobloid
Sir-
creature turned into a walking
Sir,
abomination
please, we're just-
that is
we're
in
just-
fact trying to
We're
kill.
crossing the... We're just crossing the roads right now.
Road is what my bus drives on.
Yes. Well, at this small triangular junction, there once was a well. And, well...
Well,
Well.
The well isn't doing so well. Because it's not there anymore.
damn it. If only I had been there in time!
There is a reason for this.
Seriously.
Well
Okay.
Corner, 'twas called, back in the 1800s. For years, local men, farmers and such, made terribly frightening reports of a strange figure wandering up the main street of the small town. At first, based on his bulbous silhouette, they believed he was injured or hunchbacked, an old man walloping through the night.
Okay.
But upon a close inspection made by those few brave enough to get close, it was made readily apparent that this hunchback
The bell, the bell.
nearly severed head, bobbling behind him, hanging from threads that were the remains of his neck.
Talk about a pain in the
What the fuck, dude?
This
Oh my
same
God.
figure also
What the hell is
appeared
he
to
on?
lack legs.
Ah, again, my motion is broken. How could he walk around with no legs?
I don't know. Ghost reasons, I assume?
Ghost
Anyway,
reasons.
he wore a sailor suit.
Ah, sea legs, carry on.
Sea legs.
He wore a sailor suit and held what looked like a saggy old sack clutched to his chest, desperately making way towards a particular destination. Well Corner. This figure could be seen for days, then weeks, after report upon report, sighting after sighting. Eventually the villagers decided that enough was enough. Something had to be done.
Yeah, who gonna do
They
it?
settled on a plan. The
Bad
shambling
one.
thing had of course been seen on its trail, leading all the way up to the well, where then the thing would throw the sack down into its depths, only to soon follow suit, crawling down into the murky old well. The locals knew that there was only one way to properly investigate. So, they sent a poor Dutchman, who just so happened to be smaller than their average, down by a rope into the black well to investigate.
Of course they did.
Down went the brave Dutchman late one evening, tense with fear, the murky waters still beneath him. The horror thick in the air, with the notion that the silence could break at any moment with the sound of something waterlogged that is not meant to speak.
Boom!
This, until at last, the Dutchman hung above the waters, and with a hook pushed down into the darkness, came upon something. Quickly, upon his call, they fished up first the Dutchman, then a large brown mass from the bottom. It was a bag, one within which they found the mangled remains of 2 legs.
I should hope they drained that bloody well.
Oh, of course they did. In its place, they even installed a new pump, and strangely, the sighting ceased after that.
Really?
Okay.
Just from that?
Yeah. But the very pump was actually removed some years after that. And the villagers once again reported awful groaning deep into the night. By all accounts, the ghost had returned, until at last the pump was reinstalled.
That doesn't make much sense.
Ghosts in general don't make much sense.
Nonsense! They make perfect sense. It's just a
God.
sense we don't yet grasp.
You think so?
My boy, all things are ordered and explicable.
Huh.
Even chaos
That's a good
harkens
point.
to the beat of unseen principles.
That's
There's no
true.
randomness.
Damn.
Merely spontaneous whimsy. Flowers wilt, waters flow, aortic valves implode, vampires suck.
Pause.
Never for no reason.
This is a surprising outlook, sir. I always thought you looked at the supernatural world with more, well, wonder, I guess?
Boy, I ought to smack you, but I love you, so instead I flip.
Oh!
Oh god, you cracked my glasses.
Order and wonder
Dude.
go hand in hand. Whether decoding chaos or indulging in its whimsy, the world around us is a ceaseless den of darkness and delight. Just as there is joy in understanding a facet of it, there is equal joy in knowing there is more to discover.
That's
The
true.
quest goes ever on,
Wow.
Sancho, and whether windmill or giant, my lance strikes forward.
Of course, Di Quixote.
Quixote.
Now then, this torso.
Nice.
He seems like an odd chap. Let's evaluate his authenticity.
Oh?
Most spirits tend to be tied to objects, ones that linger from their past lives. I believe the common vernacular is fetters.
Well, perhaps the well itself was a fetter.
Perhaps. You see, to destroy a fetter often destabilizes a ghost, turns them hostile. Like Marcus and his silly game station.
He was really torn up after you crushed it with a hammer.
It defied my will and was summarily punished. Next time, Marcus should share a fairer interest with me.
Look, Mario Party is unfair for everyone.
It should be
Mario
the least
Party.
unfair for me!
Well, it can be
Mario.
if you play Peach.
Everyone cheated but Big D. Next time, Big D cheat.
Casual.
Yeah, something
Casual.
more casual, like diplomacy, or
called
the
it
game of
casual.
Earth. In either case, it's why so many ghosts act cagey when you traipse into their homes. You're essentially defiling their remaining memories of mortal life. It's typically unwise to disturb them, and even worse when those places are destroyed.
I see. And since the well is gone now,
Yes, you'd expect sightings to soar. However, it is also thought Geists can find some form of peace through these fetters. Perhaps our sailor friend was a native of the village. He may have yearned for clean water in his dying moments at sea, or as a youth in Happisburg, or some such. Happisburg, Hatesburg, whatever your evil devil village is called. It's pure conjecture, but mayhaps in bringing it to his village, he made peace with his death, before he went to heaven.
which
Before he went to
explains
hell.
why he only came back after the pump was removed.
Right on the money. Though, of course, it's just as likely that this ghost was a Happisburg hoax to get the government to replace an old pump.
Possibly.
Or perhaps a story shared by bandits and criminals to keep roads clear at night. In the book I read, they suggested the chap was a smuggler of some such, likely murdered in a quarrel with his own
Not his own quarrel will get him. You know, it's always the quarrel you don't see that gets you.
Wait, what? Rex
That was
yelling
a funny
trouble.
joke. I taught it to Marcus.
Right, sorry. Likely murdered in a quarrel with his own comrade.
Ah, who can say? Truths like these are hidden for a reason. For mankind to bring them
Because no one
hissing,
remembers.
screaming into the light, for all to behold.
Right inspiring, sir. Speaking of, could I ask how you know any of this?
I once entered an abandoned hotel in L.A. A ghost threw a phone at me. I have studied their ways ever since. Try not, damn you! Do not mock me, Philistines! I'll kill you, Necromancer! I'll kill all of you! Ah! I'll break a backbone out of your body, you boxers!
Do you want to hear more Norfolk urban legends?
Of course!
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, let's
Gotta do
see,
something to
there's
calm him
loads.
down.
Black Shuck, the Norfolk Priest Holes, the Witch of East Somerston.
Priest
Ooh,
hole.
a spook witch!
Sure, we'll go with that one.
Okay, and right there, I'm going to stop it right there. Okay, because we got the whole thing out of that one story, and now we're gonna do another. We'll do another one. Finish those up next week. So, hope you guys enjoyed that. This is interesting. I like this, and I don't care. It's still Warhammer to me. Anyway, so guys, you know the drill. Like this video, subscribe. Definitely click on the link to the original down in the description. Get down to Bravo Alpha Buse's channel. Like the original. Sub to him. And I will see you guys next time. Tune in every day for new content. Bye-bye.